Good evening. This is how Eurovision Song Contest ended, with the win of Azerbaijan. UK and Slovenia ended somewhere in the middle of the list. What was success for some and one more bad year for others. I believe all those of you who watched the whole thing don't need any further comment, especially about voting, for which they promised it will be much different but ended with a similar nabow sharing of votes and such things as every year. No matter what, some songs were quite enjoyable to listen and the event was really good prepared. But now the contest is over and we have the winner, so here comes the time for our already 121st edition of news to be broadcasted. Since we didn't broadcast for quite a long time, we have a lot of things to report about, so we better begin. The eShop for 3DS is being set to come in start May, however it's delayed now until the end of May. It brings Excitebike for free and the sequel of Flipnote Studio entitled Flipnote Memo. There will surely be some more good games to buy for 3DS, so you should pay attention and follow the whole thing. We're discussing eShop on our forum and we'll update you with new things as much as possible. Worst game on DS is the discussion, which for a change discusses about the worst games you've ever played. For now it's still Dora the Explorer. Dora saves the mermaids. But we're waiting for your opinion on this subject. You surely have your own worst game on DS if you play games, and it surely is quite different choice from ours. Portal 2 is out for some time now, and those who play it surely had enough time to establish what is great, what is greater than in the first game, and what maybe could be better. Tic Tac has written a review for us in which she didn't complain much but rather said the game is magnificent. At the end of review she also is giving you some tips what to look and what you should care about. She is not giving some specific number rating though, as she says number rating doesn't really fit in. Crisis 2 is also the game which we are discussing these days. It seems impressive to our members, especially Gorla who got it on Xbox 360. Did you have the chance to play it yet? Join our discussion and tell us how impressive is it for you, or criticize it if you think it's not as impressive as it's said on our forum. It was a rumor that new Nintendo budget line of software will come out with big titles like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Smash Bros. Brawl and other big titles. The rumor and titles are already confirmed under the name Nintendo Select and not Wii Select as it was rumored at first. More about this you can read on our forum in Nintendo Wii and C section of the forum. No matter what, if you don't have some of those games, this will be the perfect chance to purchase them when the bundle will be released. Did you ever think what kind of controller Nintendo might produce with the sequel of Wii console? Well, we didn't until some rumors came to our ears what kind of controller is kind of planned to be produced. The speculations have it that it will have a screen. Nintendo says it will have buttons. We can't imagine for the controllers to be a screen tablet, as it would be too expensive by our opinion. What do you think? Tic Tac is really hard worker with her reviews, and this time she reviewed Fable 2 and 3 for us. Basically I could summon the review in a sentence. Fable 2 is better than Fable 3 in all points. However, you should read the review because it's way different from all other reviews you could read from Tic Tac. You might agree with her or not, this is a matter of your choice and views on the gameplay. Before we end this gaming block, here's one more announcement you can read on our forum. Pro Evolution Football 2012 was announced by Konami to come out in autumn. Wishing they do something different from last year, we opened the discussion about this game, which is said it will not be in FIFA style again. The last year's game was exactly the same as the year before, so we wish even more they finally produce something new. Let's wait and see. It's been a while we had last edition, so this is a bit old already, however still worth to read. Pilot Wing Resort is the game which Ta only spent quite some hours, and the result is the review he published on our homepage. The review will acknowledge you with all aspects of the game, From the great 3D experience of the Woohoo Island all the way to a bit disappointing leak of content. However, Taoni still recommends the game, especially for all those who just bought the 3DS console and are looking for a decent game to show off your 3DS abilities. Ghost Recon Shadow War is one more game for 3DS which is already out and which was the most played game by our head and Taoni. It works fine with 3DS and it looks to be massive, as after about 17 hours Taoni put into it he still was only on 12%. No matter how far Taoni is with this game, he recommends it to you as the next purchase, so it simply must be good. Star Fox 64 3D is about to be released in July in Japan and the first things already are known. Unfortunately, it will not have online play, but will have 4-player battle mode. That's the news we brought from CVG and put the link to the whole article in the post as well. Steel Diver is out and we are already for some time discussing the first impressions after its launch. The game was released on May 6th and the first impression for it to be good, but almost offensively short, says our head admin Taoni. The surprising thing is that it wasn't developed for quite a long time and we really expected for its gameplay to last a bit longer. Well, did you play the game already? We are really curious if you agree with us on this part or you are just satisfied with what you've got. As we already reported, E3 is closing in with enormous speed. So we're already publishing the dates for the main events on the expo which we enthusiastically follow each year. The Big 3 conferences dates are on 6th and 7th June. However, the hours are published on our forum, where you can also read that the order of them might be slightly different as it was all those years before. According to IGN, Valve will not be showing any games on this year's E3 conference. However, this message refers only to media demos, what means technically they might be present and reveal a game on one of the big conferences or reveal a trailer. So, whoever likes Valve's games, not everything is said yet. Besides dates of the Big 3 press conferences, we are publishing current games list to be announced on E3 and E3 dates topic 2. Check the list to establish if there's anything you particularly are eager to be announced on this year's E3 Expo. Tic Tac was the only member who celebrated her birthday from the day we last broadcasted. We are really happy to have her back to our forum, so here goes special happy late birthday from our redaction as well. We hope you had really great party. We are happy when we see any returning member, especially as active one as Tic Tac or Dr. Mario. This time Dr. Mario was the one who returned and posted quite some posts, mostly in gaming section. Welcome among us again, Dr. Mario. One more member returned. That is Tlove, for who we hope he will stay active again, despite he says he has a lot of work to do at his regular job as well. Welcome back, Tlove. In general discussion, we surely couldn't avoid the news of Osama bin Laden being killed. But, like many more all around the world, the first question was if it is actually true, and the second one if it is really the right thing to celebrate. As we aren't the political forum, but basically a gaming one, we didn't go into details, but the questions remained. Every killing is a sad story, no matter what reason it is for, could easily be the conclusion of our discussion though. Can you review one movie in exactly 3 words? That's what we are doing in the movies forum of the other TV section. I thought it's pretty easy to give kind of judgment in just 3 words, but had established it isn't so easy thing to do, especially if you particularly like or hate one movie. You're invited to try and do the same, joining us on our forum. Sherlock will see the new series as it started filming already at the beginning of this month. Nothing more is known yet, but some of our members are already in expectations of what it might bring. Your Highness is the movie we've discussed about this time in our movies forum of the other TV section of our forum. It should be a comedy, but whoever on our forum saw it says it isn't even a bit funny. I didn't see it myself and can hardly comment on this one. However, reading all those comments, I'm not sure I want to see it at all. Discussion is opened on our forum for you to say your opinion about this though. It finally is over. We're talking about Royal Wedding, which most of the world expected so eagerly. It was as it should be, a big event in all beauty without any mistake made on any side. As many people, we in our headquarters watched it too. Not too much of a ceremony, I even liked it at the end, and so did some other members of our staff. Episode 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Doctor Who Series 6 were broadcasted since we last brought our news on our channel. For reminding you, The Day of the Moon, Curse of the Black Spot, The Doctor's Wife, and The Rebel Flesh are the titles of them. However, only second episode was previewed, but you can discuss and rate them all on our forum, of course. Reading the topic of the episode 4, Tic Tac is giving you some hints regarding River, and it's really interesting even for me, who can't watch it, how the storyline is going, revealing things one by one, but when you think you already know something it becomes the riddle again. Rugby will soon face the end of the season in regular championships, however other events are still ahead of us. First it comes the match of Wales against Barbarians, of which we hope Wales pulls out a victory. The next thing is World Championship, for which we only hope Wales will do better than in autumn internationals play this season. End of regular season, we already are discussing it too, especially, for me, quite strange and not so glorious season of Cardiff Blues as it was the season before. And both our headmen name their own Welsh squad they would send into the battle for the title of world champion and the victory against Barbarians, or Bobas as they say. I believe there are exciting times in rugby ahead of us, no matter who wins and how the game will be. Magners League also is in the conclusion, and we published some highlights from some games on our channel for you. You can watch highlights from Ospreys vs Munster, Benetton Treviso vs Ospreys, Leinster vs Ulster, and Cardiff Blues vs Benetton Treviso matches. Hope you'll enjoy all of them. This is all what we had to report about in this edition of news. We hope you enjoyed it. As always lately, we'll say only that we will be back, but we won't say when exactly. E3 is closing up and there's not long until it begins, so we surely will have a lot of things to do and also a lot of things to report about, so you can expect us back on the screen sooner than this time. Good night from Night Ghost and Knight-Nui staff.
And you came to me one night like a morning light, just to hold me tight. Then you left and I was so alone, saying I should have known you're good for me. There's no reason I should cry. No, baby, I'll survive. I don't care, I don't care. No worry, ever hold you tight. No worry, ever love you like just now, like I do. There is no one. Don't worry, ever treat you right. You're the one who's never satisfied.